Hi, everyone. This is our small group conflict resolution project.
Hi, my name is Shamika, and I'll be playing Leah, social worker A.
Hi, my name is Kim, and I'll be playing Brenda, who is social worker B.
Hi, my name is Melody, and I'll be playing the narrator as well as client A, who is Mia.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'll be playing the supervisor, whose name is Christina, as well as being a narrator for one of the nonviolent communication sections.
All right, so now I'll be stating the background to our scenario. Leah is an intern from a local university. She is in her early 20s and recently transferred back to her rural town to finish her degree. Brenda is a 5-year practicing Masters of Social Work therapist at a practicing community-based mental health facility. Brenda runs groups and individual therapy sessions. Brenda recently transferred from the adolescent program to the adult program. A majority of her clients transfer to the adult program due to age. This includes Mia. Mia is an adult woman from India. She is in her early 20s. She has lived in this small town that houses the mental health facility her entire life. She graduated from a local high school and vocational training in the food industry. Mia and Leah have shared a past friendship and have not spoken since junior year of high school. They are not following each other on social media. After work, Leah went to the grocery store. Out of habit, she took her work badge off and made sure any identifiable work information was out of sight. As she walked into the store, she noticed Mia. After initial greetings, they agreed to talk after Leah finished her errands. Leah could not wait to grab a quick frozen meal. She felt excited. New job and rekindling a friendship. Mia provided Leah her contact information in a flirting manner. Leah and Mia's friendship quickly turned sexual within a few weeks. However, Leah made it a point not to share about her work. Leah practiced appropriate work and life boundaries, and Mia never asked of Leah's employment. One day, during a fairly busy day at the clinic, Brenda noticed Leah's tenacity and the way she interacted with clients and staff. Brenda asked the clinic supervisor if Leah could shadow the Dialectal Behavioral Therapy, DBT, group. Leah quickly said yes and began to prepare the meeting space and her introduction into the group. People began to enter the meeting, and Brenda went over to greet Mia. She had noticed an increase in her participation in therapy and medication compliance over the 5 years of their relationship. She had noticed a pattern with Mia. When she enters a new relationship, she becomes compliant with treatment. At this moment, Mia was showing another client a picture of she and a girl she was feeling at the moment. Mia did not notice Brenda behind her. This benefited Brenda because no one noticed the horror her face wore, knowing Leah, the girl in the picture, would be co-leading the group. Before Brenda could react, Leah entered the meeting space and quickly paused. Leah and Mia locked eyes in a state of confusion and bewilderment. Now we'll be starting our conflict scenario. In this scene, we will be describing the 4 Ds of nonviolent communication. 1, demand, taking responsibility for our actions. Rosenberg 2003 states, we can never really make anybody do something. We can only make them wish they had. Page 9.
Hey, Leah, would you be willing to talk before a group starts?
Right now isn't the best time. I'm really not feeling well.
Leah, I really need to talk to you about Mia.
Brenda, it's not how it looks.
It looks like you're having a relationship with her. Don't you understand that she's a client?
This violates the nonviolent communication method. Brenda is placing judgment and blame on Leah without knowing the complete situation. She is speaking on what she is perceiving, not what she is directly seeing.
Brenda, I swear I didn't know she was a client. I had no clue. Please, you have to believe me. I would never do anything like that. Brenda, please let me explain. I've known Mia for years, but I had no idea she was in treatment. I would never have engaged had I known.
I have to tell Christina. As a clinical manager, she'll know what to do.
This also shows the lack of knowledge Brenda has in nonviolent communication. She is not really obligated to do anything. In life, there is always a choice, and she could have chosen to keep it to herself. 2, denial of responsibility. Leah is seeking closure.
Mia receives a text from Leah, and she reads aloud.
Mia, it has been amazing being with you these last 2 weeks. Unfortunately, seeing you today is the last time I see you and keep my profession. I will have to give up one or both. I wish I could do something.
This text from Leah showed denial of responsibility. Leah is removing herself from the situation after being discovered.
The 3rd and 4th Ds, deserve and diagnosis. With deserve, Rosenberg 2003 states, we are conditioned to believe that we will get what we deserve. Page 9. With diagnosis, moralistic judgments are evaluations that weigh experiences and situations as good or bad. When we place labels on people, we are criticizing them with judgment. Christina and Brenda have a close interpersonal and professional relationship.
Come in, Brenda. How are you?
Well, I've had better days.
What's wrong, B?
So,
B, come on, what is it?
the intern and my client are dating.
What? Our intern who works here is sleeping with your client. Wait, hold on. When you say sleeping, do you mean taking a nap in the office together because they were doing a mindfulness exercise and became so relaxed?
Notice that here, the supervisor is speaking on what she thinks she heard. Brenda never used the word sleeping. This is exactly what nonviolent communication says not to do.
I knew Mia was bisexual and impulsive, but I had no clue she would go after staff.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
No problem. I'll see you later.
I'll need to reach out to some of my colleagues to decipher how to handle the situation.
At this time, the supervisor, Christina, is in a meeting with her colleagues. She explains the situation and suggests a talking papers exercise to decide what the resolution should be.
Hey team, I brought you together due to an intern having relations with a client. And these are some of the thoughts that we had written down. As far as negative outcomes, we have termination, ethical provisions, internship completion, reputation destruction, legal boundaries. And as far as positive outcomes in a relationship, it's a component of self-care, trust, and respect. What are your thoughts?
I feel that she should probably transfer to another facility. She's not exactly a social worker, so I don't feel that she violated any of the ethical rules. We should still give her a chance to continue with her past in social work. She didn't know that Mia was a client.
I agree. I believe that with Mia being a client of the facility, she wasn't technically Leah's client because the other social worker intervened prior to her even co-leading the group. But there are still some ethical provisions to be looked at.
Yeah, I think too we should also process the event with both of them, and as far as looking into how it affects the treatment plan, and I do feel that our interns should be suspended.
Okay, so with all that information, I agree. I think we should suspend her and get some more information and then decide from there.
So for incorporating the techniques into the scenario, nonviolent communication was used in the video, in their scenario. During the conversation with Brenda and Leah, or Kim and Shamika, as well as the text Leah sent to Mia. As was seen, the narrator illustrated whenever nonviolent communication was violated using the 4 Ds of nonviolent communication, which are demand, deny responsibility, deserve, and diagnosis. With talking papers, it was used to decide what the outcome would be for the social work intern, showing what the correct relationship should be between social worker and client, as well as what the consequences come when that relationship is violated.
The purpose of nonviolent communication is that it takes the violence out of language and out of the conversation. It allows us to see things as they truly are without a perceptive lens. It enables us to realize that we always have a choice. And when we practice nonviolent communication, we are able to increase our understanding and connection with each other. The purpose of talking papers is to allow everybody in the situation to have a voice due to its anonymity. Sorry. It allows the group to see all the ideas objectively, and it creates a pathway toward goals and resolution.
All right, so at this time, I'm going to talk about diversity and oppression. Outside of the obvious, the LGBT and the nationality of our clients, we also want to talk about this being in a rural town. That's a huge obstacle that a lot of our community-based mental health facilities run into, especially with their not just interns, but social workers in general who live in that town and grew up around a lot of the clients who go there. Of course, you want to decrease their contact because that is an ethical violation by giving services to people that you know. And Leah did make an effort to not reveal where she worked at. And also her and Mia did not friend each other on social media. Leah did not know of Mia's mental health status and her affiliation with the clinic, and vice versa. Mia didn't know of Leah's role at that particular clinic either. Brenda made a point to use Mia's past behaviors and sexuality to justify her own moral judgments. She made a point to say that, oh, I knew she was bisexual. I knew she was impulsive. I had no idea she'd go after staff. As we stated before, that's so violent in that respect because it definitely puts a negative connotation in supervisor's head. And like I said before, Leah and Mia did not know each other's affiliation and roles with that particular clinic. Another part of oppression, Leah and Mia may not have known did not want to reveal their sexuality. Mia was a client of Brenda's for years, and well into her teenage years. And at no point did she ever want to make it a point that her sexuality was what it is. As being a person of color, She may have not felt comfortable at this time discussing her sexuality. Brenda violated Ethics Code 1.07, which is privacy and confidentiality at that point, because she did reveal Leah and Mia's sexual orientation with supervisor. Again, Mia may not have wanted her sexuality to be revealed, and neither did Leah at this point. Mia could have definitely been working on self-esteem issues, empowerment issues, and cultural issues, working through her own sexuality, which may have been a private matter between Brenda and Mia during sessions. Another code of ethics violation, 1.09, is the social worker bears the responsibility to demonstrate to the board of this particular, I'm sorry, hold on one second. Pause. All right, so to continue, the National Social Workers Association Code of Ethics 1.09, the social worker bears responsibility to demonstrate to the board that the client was not exploited, coerced, manipulated, whether the relationship between Mia and Leah was consensual, intentional, or not. So at no point does Mia have to tell about the relationship, but it is the responsibility of Leah to discuss the board that she was not exploited any kind of way. Because again, no one knew of the relationship, no one knew of the affiliation that each other had with that particular community-based mental health facility. But again, ethics never dies. Even though Leah and Mia are the topic of this particular relationship, Brenda has violated many code of ethics violations. For example, 2.01 on the National Social Worker Code of Ethics is respect. At no point did she respect the sexual orientation of either the client or of the intern. And as well, but she did do her due diligence by reaching out to the supervisor to discuss and kind of expose the relationship, which is Ethics Code 2.10 and 3.01. As far as cultural competence, by using the standards and indicators for cultural competence by National Association of Social Workers, it decreases the chance of stereotypes. So self-awareness, standard 2, definitely needs to be practiced by Brenda. Like I said before, she put her own bias of bisexuality and impulsivity in the mind of Christina, the supervisor. It would be in the best interest of Brenda to practice some cultural humility when it comes to working with the LGBT community or just communities of color. Thank you.
And then as far as the stages of our group began in the chaos stage. We were still learning the technology, learning each other, and attempting to match schedules along with deciding the details of our presentation. And in the end, our group became a working community stage. We had a common goal and worked to achieve it. Everyone's opinions were heard and validated, and in the end, our project was completed.
So for references, as you saw in our PowerPoint, we used Barrel 2010 to explain talking papers. Rosenberg 2003 for nonviolent communication during our conflict scenario. And we also, Shamika used the National Association of Social Workers 2015 and 2017 to explain oppression and diversity. So that was our conflict resolution project. Thank you so much for watching this.
Thank you.
Thank you.